Welcome back, everybody. It is great to have you with us if you're actually here. You know, I have done several of these What's Up Wednesdays here with my fellow producer, Tom, off to the side. One of these weeks, we're going to get it right. We actually forgot to put out the announcement that we were doing a What's Up Wednesday this week until a couple of minutes ago. So it looks like we've got a few people in the chat room. Which is great because, like I said, there was no notice on this, and I apologize. I actually meant to put out that weekly announcement that we were doing one this week right after we uploaded the Home Depot video earlier today. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check it out because Home Depot invited us to preview all of their merchandise that is getting released tomorrow morning between 5 and 6 a.m. So that video that I did was kind of just like a showcase of the products, and I thought we might actually get a chance to talk about it today. So it looks like we do have a few people in the chat room. So let's give it a minute to see if anybody else comes in, but let's say hello to some people here. Teresa, nice to have you with us. And then Natalia, oh, hi. Nice to have you with us. We know Natalia, so welcome. We have Dragon Lord Hollows. Home Depot Halloween 2024, let's go. I like that. All right. Halloween Collector, hi, nice to have you with us. And oh, help me, Rhonda. Haven't seen you in a while, I think, right? Nice to have you here. Aiden C, hello. And Halloween Collector, hi. All right. Eric, hello. Nice to have you here. And is that it for the moment? Okay, so I know we've got a couple of other people in there that haven't commented, so if you want a shout out, just make sure you leave us a comment there. But again, I apologize for the no notice video on here. I just wanted to go over a few things. Like I said, we're going to take a look at the Home Depot product line. But before we get to that, I've got a couple other things to share with you. I know I like to do little mini haul videos, show you what I bought this year. And if you haven't noticed this yet, I'm sure you haven't seen it because I just bought it today. I love this giant raven that I got from the At Home store, which, I love decorating with ravens in my displays. You remember that from years ago. It kind of seems a little blurry the way it faces there on the camera. It's hard to see, but he's huge and I love him. So I am going to be doing ravens probably on my mantle this year along with my witch. So I'm going to have a witch theme in my living room with accents of the ravens and the spiders. So I got the big raven, kind of a little raven to go with him, and this little skull stack with some ravens on it, all from the At Home store. So I know I've been meaning to do a follow-up video for the At Home store. I did a walkthrough pretty early in the season. I've been waiting for them to put out more, but that walkthrough that we did early in the season was actually from an At Home that's kind of far away from my house. And my local one is just dragging their feet putting stuff out. But I actually did see something really cool today because I went back today. I bought this stuff to see if there was more stuff. They still don't have enough to make a follow-up video. I know I'm going to have to trek out to that other store to get that for you. But I saw this and I thought it was amazing. Tom, if you want to pull up the screen. So let's give Tom just a second. I threw that at him right at the last minute. This doesn't look like much when you look at the website. It is an animated spider with a web. It's 4 feet, but what? No, Tim's always, well, I'm not going to spend much time here on this. I just wanted to show you. It's a little expensive, $150, and you'd think, well, it doesn't look like much, but I have a video that I took of it. Let me see if I can bring that up. I just thought it was so cool. Now, where did I put that? I think it's this. All right, let's play this video. And maybe my cursor seems to have frozen now. Oh, no.
I can see it.
Oh, you can see it on, where is it? Why isn't it working for me? All right, more technical difficulties like usual. All right, Tom, I'm stuck. Oh, no.
It seems to be frozen.
Okay. Oh, I think it's catching up. I see it moving on the screen, but not on my... Why does this always happen? Okay, so should we try it again? Should I try and unplug something? I don't see where my cursor is. All right, well, in the meantime, we're going to try and get that functioning here. a little embarrassing. But some other things I wanted to talk about. We went to a haunted house, the first haunted house of the season last weekend. It was the Paranoia haunted house. I'm just going to hand this off to producer Tom to see if he can get that working, which was fun. So that was the first time I've been to Paranoia. They do certainly the haunted houses at the the Halloween season, but they do special like one night only events throughout the year. I know they did one for like My Bloody Valentine or whatever, and then this was the Midsummer Scream. It's just a one night only. And one of the scare actors actually recognized me, so I want to give a shout out to them. I have no idea what your name is, but if you're watching this, hello, let me know who you are. It's really fun getting recognized. I love it when people say hello when we're out there. But that was fun. So that's I think there's a few different Halloween haunted houses around here. Of course, if you're in the Atlanta area, Netherworld is the big one, and we did that last year. We did a lot of filming for that, and this is what always happens, is we do a lot of filming, and then we never actually make the video for it. But I think I talked about that in one of these What's Up Wednesdays. But so that's what I was planning to do today, and show you a little bit from that, but we'll see if we can get the computer working. I think Tim's rebooting it. But that was fun. So it was, I think, $30 a person. I can't remember how much Netherworld was. I think it might have been a little bit more, but honestly, I hate to say it, but I like Netherworld a little bit better. Netherworld was amazing. It was like the walk, they had like 2 haunted houses. The first one, it took you like 20 minutes to walk through. It was amazing. There wasn't really a cohesive theme, so I'll give that to Paranoia. The house seemed very cohesive in terms of its theme, which was kind of like some sort of biomedical facility type thing. Whereas Netherworld was just kind of like, just scenes of stuff over and over and over. All right, let's see. What? Plug it back in. All right, so we're going to plug this back in, see if it works. We'll leave that off. All right, well, my cursor works again. So that's good. So Tom, can you bring up the screen and we'll see if we can actually play the video. If you're just joining us, welcome. Sorry again, I know there was no notice on this video. We tried, we actually made the notice, but we just actually forgot to actually make it, public, and it was still in the private realm. Anyway, so here was the video I took of this, let's just turn that down, this animated spider, and it crawls around the web. I thought that was so cool in person. I like how all the little individual legs move, and it makes its way around the web, and you can kind of see the track. I know it's a little small. I don't know if I can even make that any bigger, but what? I'm trying to make it's just and of course I had to film the box. I was actually trying to make one of those short videos, but then I wanted to give you guys the first heads up, of course. And it appears to be frozen on that screen. So let's see. Tim, I think it's frozen on the screen up here. Anyway, the spider does not go, it doesn't just like go in a circle. It's got this little pattern that it goes around. So that was pretty neat. I'm just going to unplug this. I don't know why we have all these technical difficulties. So anyway, that was my at-home experience. I bought a couple of other things from the at-home store, which I'll share with you later. Probably do a little haul video, but I thought that was kind of fun. And let's see, does this work now? All right, so I think we had better go back to Home Depot before we get it all lost again. So I'm going to show you something I'm not supposed to show you, but I'm going to, if I can find it. And sorry, I'm showing you all my secret screens here. It's not updating. Of course, well, then I guess you're not seeing all the secret screens here. Dang it, I've lost it anyway. Okay, give me a second here. I also, if you're thinking, gosh, why am I even watching this? This is crazy. I have here a bag of goodies, including some of the stuff that we got from that Party City event that I was going to do a giveaway today. So stay tuned. Don't give up on me. We're going to do a giveaway today of a little bit of stuff. All right, so let's see if there are any comments. All right, give me 1 second. I apologize for all this. Downloads.
I lost my cursor.
We are having so much trouble today. I had, here it is. All right, I've got it up finally, so here we go. Not supposed to, they didn't want us to show you guys this. This is a lookbook that you get for the Halloween preview event with Home Depot, and it's already been leaked online. So if you were to look, you'd find it anyway. So I figured if you haven't seen that yet, we're just going to take a look through their little catalog here, primarily because it shows the prices. And I know when we did the video, it doesn't really show prices, so it kind of makes it hard to decide if that's something worth buying or not. But, what?
Go full screen.
Oh, okay. Producer Tim's telling me to make sure I go full screen so you can see all this stuff. Anyway, the pricing at Home Depot blew me away this year in a good way compared to Lowe's. Like, you know, I've recently done those videos for the diver and the octopus, the Kraken guy. The diver was $350, which irks me. I really wanted it for my display, and it's going to work great in my garage, and I can't wait to show you that when we get to it. But it's so expensive compared to what you can get here at Home Depot. So for $379, you could get the 12-foot skeleton. Actually, you get it for $300. So the servo skelly has, we didn't really explain that in the video earlier. So the servo skelly that's a little bit more has movement now. And I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just the head, but it certainly has more interesting options. Here you can see Skelly Scary Head. I think you probably can retrofit maybe this head onto your other ones. It's just got that scarier look, obviously, than the other ones. Look at the teeth. They're kind of, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. All right. So Taylor W says, Home Depot did an amazing job once again this year. So happy to see you and Tom getting exclusive access. Exclusive with all the other Halloween YouTubers, but, you know, I appreciate those of you who watch my video. Thank you. Home Depot has really knocked it out of the park this year. Big displays coming to your Home Depot location soon. Yes. All right. So I can't wait to do the actual Home Depot walkthrough, which, you know, I try and get that as early as possible every year. We're pretty lucky that the Home Depot headquarters is, you know, very close to us. So the main Home Depot that I go to often gets this stuff pretty early. So they have this accessory kit. I know we didn't explain that too well either in the video, but you can, for $50, make your skeleton have long hair with a purse. And honestly, I can't stand these shoes. They look a lot like that Marie the Meddling Maid with her shoes that I just thought looked so cheesy on a skeleton. I hate it. Like, if you're going to go to give her shoes and socks, where's the rest of her outfit? They ought to just give you full-blown costumes for these things, because I think that's what people want. I actually, yesterday when I was driving around, I saw someone with a 12-foot skeleton in their front yard. So, you know, there's those people, I'm not going to call them crazy people, but the people that leave these things out all year round. But it was all decked out for 4th of July and had like some sort of sparkly sequin coat and a 4th of July flag motif going on. All right, you can actually change out the eye kits from, you know, your 12-foot skeletons. I don't have the 12-foot skeleton, so I don't really know the ins and outs of it. But if you want to change the eyes, these eyes will give you a lot of different functions that you can actually change for the different holidays. I think the video showed they had like a heart option or fireworks and other little displays you could do for all the different holidays, because they pointed out all the crazy people that leave them out all year long. I don't think it is for the Inferno, because the Inferno has the eyes that are enclosed. I guess Skeleton must too. But again, we don't have it, so I assume you can get to the eyes from the back somehow. Of course, they've got the lighting kit for $30 and the mini skeleton. I actually ended up getting one of those from Home Depot last year as a gift, and I gave it away. So, you know, I like giving this stuff away. All right, we have the animated Jack Skellington coming. This new Inferno looked kind of neat. He's just kind of like a woodsy character. the one that we have had the pumpkin head, and he's very similar. I think he's got the same hands and the same feet that kind of look like a, vines or some sort of plant. But I love his scary face and the way the light comes out of the top of his head. I think he looks amazing. So he's $379. But this guy I haven't told Tom that because he's the other. He's only $300 for a 12-footer. I think it's 12 foot. Yeah, 12 foot animated LED levitating Reaper. So, if you remember my walkthroughs, after you go through the walkthrough and you're leaving the haunted house, I always put a Reaper at the end. You remember you walked through my Reaper archway. It's kind of like, it's over now. You're dead now. I'm going into the afterworld. But I would love to have this guy. He kind of has the fire effect going on inside of him, and I believe his head moved around too. And he's outdoor rated, which is great. A lot of these 12-footers are. We have the 7-foot LED Frankenstein. I have seen a lot of people do videos on those. Shout out to Cauldron Cindy if she's watching. I watched her video, but I don't know if anyone else did a video on him, but I like Cauldron Cindy's videos, so check her out if you like. But it was amazing. He has so much movement, and his head, he's got those servo motors, so his head moves, and like the features of his face move around. And the only bad thing about him, I think I saw a couple people talk about this, is that he makes noises, right? I guess there's background talking, but it's not really coming from him because he can't talk, which is kind of weird. And his mouth kind of moves, but it doesn't really go with the grunting. So I think that's one of my big pet peeves with the animatronics is when the mouths don't move right. But at least it doesn't clack. That's the worst, when it makes that sort of plastic clacking sound. All right, anyway, so let's see. I don't know. Producer Tom over there is in charge of comments, so if anyone wants to say hello, it'll pop up on the screen. So we've got some, the Skull and Bones Archway, $200. That's not a bad price. You've got the LED skull stack. That's great. But look, the 6.5-foot animated Gravedigger. I bought this guy last year. Was it last year? I think it might have been last year or 2 years ago. I don't remember at this point. But our main complaint with this guy was his shovel handle was abnormally long, and it went all the way up and kind of blocked his face, which made absolutely no sense. They must have heard us complaining because they have made it a smaller shovel now, and it doesn't block his head, and that's so much better. I don't know why they didn't do that before. But look at that price point, $200. All the Lowe's animatronics seem like they're so much more expensive this year. I love that Home Depot is trying to keep that $200 price point. Of course, we got Dean the Deathologist. He is online only. Some of these are noted that with that asterisk there. So I do have Dean. I like him. He's great for Halloween parties. And we have Marie the Meddling Maid, which I don't see this year. But they did bring the Jack of Spades. Now, one interesting thing about him is he's made so that he can either be sitting at a table or standing up. I really love that function. But he's got this weird sort of gold tone to him, which I'm not thrilled by because it just makes him stand out from the rest of a skeleton display that you're making. All right, I can't wait for your Home Depot full walkthrough next month. Hopefully it's next month though. I can't wait to do that too. All right. That arch is really neat. Any better options in the market, for an archway? Well, there's going to be another archway we're going to see for the pumpkins. But other than that, I don't think there are any really great archways. You've got some cemetery entrances I've seen. Where did I see a recent one? I think I saw it at the Home Goods store, which we'll be doing a walkthrough. I know other people have done walkthroughs there. Every time I go, I don't feel like they have enough out yet to do a full-blown walkthrough. I'm trying to wait so that we don't get stuck with a bunch of videos of just a little selection. I want to give you a decent view of some stuff when we do it. All right. Are you getting anything tonight? Well, it's tomorrow morning. Might be tonight, I guess, if you're far away. But the things will go on sale between 5 and 6 in the morning tomorrow morning. So I am interested in that floating Reaper and a couple other products I'll point out when we get to them. All right, so we've got the 6.5-foot LED Soul Slasher for $99, and he goes well with this sitter soles, also $99 from last year. I like him a lot better than I like her. When I saw her last year, I wasn't a big fan. I like where they were going with that sort of burlap look. It's kind of creepy, but the pigtails I think ruin it for me, and I didn't like her. But he is ultra creepy, and I think they'd make a nice couple, I guess, if you were going to try and, go that direction. All right. So, I'm doing a witch theme in my inside this year. So I'm interested in the 6-foot LED marionette witch, which I'm hoping can reduce, if you reduce maybe some of that, the sticks here, to make it like a tabletop version. I would love to use that as like a centerpiece on my dining room table as people come into the party area. I think she's kind of awesome. So it's only $100. You get an animatronic for $100. Sure, her legs move and her arms move around. I think she talks. I don't know. I don't really remember the video too much if her mouth moves, but it's only $100, so can't expect much. But whatever we do get, it's just going to be a bonus. Hi from Arkansas. What is your budget on buying these items tomorrow? Producer Tom is sitting next to me, so I'm not going to answer that question. All right, so we have the 7-foot LED spellcasting witch. So I didn't see her in the presentation. I think she's new this year, but $100. I think they're getting like. I'm so impressed with the price points on these because I think at Lowe's she'd probably be at least $200. So I'm very happy with that. I do want this LED oozing cauldron. You can't really see it in this picture, but like these are skulls. So like when you're looking at it from the top, you can see the skulls. And I think this would be a great centerpiece on my coffee table because, in the past years, I've been trying to do different themes in my kitchen dining area and then my living room area. But this year I'm kind of trying to do all just a witch theme throughout. So I need some products in this. All right, Dragon Lord says the budget is however much it takes to get the items I want. That's it. It's, I just try not to look at it, and I just, I know I need it. I got to get it. It's got to be done. But that's the great thing about buying early in the season. It doesn't hit you quite so hard. You can spread it out throughout the season and get a little bit at a time until you get it. But, we're trying to do those DIY budget-friendly options too. Like I did that, was the last video I did with the diamond painting. I mean, those diamond painting kits that you can buy on Amazon are like dirt cheap. Like a lot of them are like $5. I think that 4 set that I bought was like, I want to say 17, which is totally reasonable. So I get a nice set of artwork for like $17, and you get to be entertained. I really like the idea of getting more of those just because it keeps you in the moment, the entire season it takes you to put it together. 5-foot LED gargoyle looks amazing. I would love to see that. Well, it's 5 feet, so it's already huge, but it looks great. It would look great on a column to make it even taller and be like a cemetery entrance. I love that. One of those things where if it's on clearance this year, I will definitely get those. All right, a couple of different skeletons. The 5-foot's $40. So what's the difference here? We've got a pose and stay and an ultra pose and stay, but they're the same price. I'm not really sure what the difference is. If anyone out there knows, put it in the chat. Obviously, well, maybe it's just the way they look, because this guy is super creepy this year. He's got like this corpse effect. Wow, that's pretty cool. And this is our standard posable skeleton, but he's got those LED eyes. Love this. I wish they had this when I did my vampire theme, because now we've got a vampire skeleton with wings, and he's 5 feet. Oh, I love it. But I really love the cemetery products that they have this year. So we've got some like angels. I love that this is a skeleton with the hourglass, 42-inch Grim Reaper statue, $40. And I think $40 is the highest priced ones that they have. This is my favorite, so I would love to get this one this year to put in the graveyard. Whoops, went too far. go back. All right, so it's 40-inch Whispering Tombstone. I don't, okay, let's pull this out. There we go. So you got, look at the detail on this skeleton who's embracing this woman. I love that. That is amazing. This cross looks very similar to one I got last year. I love the weathering effect on these. 30-inch tombstone, $35. Another skeleton. This guy's pitted. Another skeleton. Look at the aging effects on these tombstones. They look so great. It's $20 and it's 24 inches. It's got the, what do you call it? The moss effect. You can make some really nice realistic cemeteries. Is it just me or are the prices absolutely affordable this year? I know, because the prices have gone insane everywhere, especially, like I said, with those products I bought from Lowe's. That's why when you see something that actually seems affordable, it just seems extra fantastic. I'm blown away by the prices. All right, so they actually have these themes. So I guess this theme was fears through the years. There is here the hearse in the background. So I did not show that in my video I did today because they didn't give us a proper picture for it. So I just missed it. But they do have this 8.5 foot LED knight. It's kind of like a headless horseman. Again, $379, but you get this giant horse. And look, there's no supports in the front. They built it so that all of the infrastructure is within the horse, so it looks much more realistic, and all you have to do is hide the base. Sometimes if I'm putting these things outside, you know, if I put it in the garden, I'll just like cover it with some mulch and you don't even see that. It looks really great. But I'm interested to hear how you guys hide and disguise those if you do. Not too thrilled with the 9-foot giant LED murderous maple, maybe because my yard has 200 trees and I'm tired of trees. I certainly don't need to decorate with anymore. And I don't know that it did a whole lot. So we're just going to skip that. The 7-foot LED Captain Cuts was amazing. So he was based on that witch that they did, the Lethal Lily. It had all those servo motors that had all the facial movements and the eyes twitching. And I think one thing they pointed out to us, and I don't know if you can tell here, but like one of these eyes is supposed to be like a glass eye, and it's got a skull and crossbones on it instead of a pupil. But I don't think you can really see that in there. I kind of wish he was a skeleton because I have so many skeleton pirates. He would be perfect if he was a skeleton, but I can't put a human-looking pirate with all my skeleton pirates. It's just not gonna work right. $250, so it's great. All right, Mike, are you gonna get that animated witch that's only 99? Well, I'm gonna probably, I'm not admitting anything in front of Tom, get that marionette one and use it as a centerpiece for my inside party area of witches. All right, so this is very much like the skull stack that we saw before. We've had this, the pumpkin stacks before, but they didn't look like this. These guys are very, oh, look at this guy at the front. They're very, you know, animated in their facial expressions. And this little guy at the top's got that stem. Love him. And if this archway goes on sale on clearance, I'd probably try and get it too. I love, because I've got the, you know, the 12-foot pumpkin reaper. I've got several reaper animatronics or pumpkin animatronics, and of course my pumpkin army. So the entrance to my whole driveway area this year is all pumpkins, and I'd love to do a pumpkin archway that all the people have to walk through, but Spirit had that inflatable pumpkin archway that I bought a couple of years ago. So it's hard to justify buying something else that's basically the exact same thing. And of course the inflatable pumpkin archway can compress and store easily, because my storage is getting out of control now, and I don't know where I'm going to put all this stuff.
Hoarder.
Tom calls me a hoarder. It's true. All right, so here, $200, you get the LED Trickster Trio stack, and this was amazing because you can either stack them all up and have it as one group, or you can put them all individual and have them just, you know, as 3 individual animatronics. $199. I think that was a great way to innovate and do something new and different with a product, which really impresses me. I thought that was great. I did clowns last year, so they're sleeping this season and will not be making an appearance. But if I did, I wish they had that last year because I think that might have made it into the display. So with this vampire from a couple of years ago when I did my vampire display, because I had a vampire that I used, but he was one of those, those horrible animatronics, and this one came from Grandin Road, which I'm kind of surprised as how expensive they were for what you get. But the ones that have that middle pole, and it's just kind of like the figure on the pole that has like the legs draping down, don't even have shoes. That's what I used, and did not care for that much at all. This guy, though, is very creepy, and he's a full figure. He's very Victorian, obviously. $200. Again, I wish he was there a couple of years ago. And I wish I had a reason to use this Plague Doctor, because he has so much motion as well. All of these animatronics have such a wide range of motion this year. If you just have to watch the video, if you haven't seen it yet, to check him out. I love this staff with this the winged skeleton bird. But his head moves, his arm moves. He's got this lighting effect on his clothing that lights up. It's just great. All right, I've heard some mixed reactions toward this Valley Wolf. He looks kind of just like a dog. I like the effect of the muscles coming through the missing fur. I think that's nice, but I've got my stand-up werewolf. I can't justify getting another. I guess if we're going to do some sort of werewolf collection, but I'm not. So I had thought about doing these horror characters this year, but we're not. Chucky's face looks a little off. Well, okay, it kind of does, right, in the still picture, but you have to watch the video with him in motion, because he's got, his whole facial features move around, and it just looks so creepy. If it's hard, like one of the reasons I did not do the horror movie characters this year was just because I have to buy a whole new set of all these sort of animatronics. That's why if you watched my van decorating video with the Camp Crystal Lake, when I got the Jason figure that was cardboard, is because the animatronics are so expensive, and trying to cut back where we can, but the cardboard just doesn't cut it. So I can't imagine doing like a whole set of new characters. I'll have to slowly incorporate them and work my way up to a whole theme of horror characters. But here are cutesy Halloween classics. Well, I'm not sure why this isn't cutesy. Okay, I spoke too soon. We got the 7.5-foot animated Carnival Carl. I didn't get to see him in action, so I'm not really sure what he does. But he looks very evil and creepy. Of course, we've got trees. Again, not my thing, but okay. I thought this was neat, but he's only 3 feet, so he's tiny, right? Along with the 3-foot Inferno skeleton guy that they have this year. They didn't have him last year. They had the 3-foot regular skeleton guy. But this Zero is just really cute. But I don't know why he's $100 compared to the Inferno, who's only $40. So I think he glows, but this guy lights up too. So I'm not really sure what he does to justify that price. They didn't really show him off in the video, so I couldn't say. A 2.5-foot Raven for $40. Again, I'm doing my Raven theme. I'll have to see that one in person to see what it looks like. I'm not really thrilled with, he's like on a fence post or something, but this rock work looks so fake. Not thrilled with it, but we'll see. And then we've got the cutesy stuff. We've got a little golden retriever for all you dog fans, glow-in-the-dark Labrador, and a little mummy mouse. That mouse is actually kind of cute, right? All right. And the spooky jack-o'-lanterns. I love, Home Depot was one of the first ones, I think, to do those sort of corpsey looking rotten pumpkins, right? I actually have one right over there. It was in my last video, which I think they're cool. But I just love the way they innovate. Oh, we have a molten jack-o'-lantern. That's weird. A talking skull. This happy jack-o'-lantern, I have to see what it does. I mean, I imagine the lighting effects are probably something, but it doesn't look that great. This guy's really creepy, but look at these. You've got it's kind of like the carved images in the pumpkins. Don't really love the shape of the pumpkin and the look of this. It looks a little fake. I wish they'd made it more rotted with that effect, but maybe it would have made it hard to see. All right, I know some of you are excited to see the inflatables. Yes, I'm talking to you, Josh the Inflatable Interactor Guy. So we have some interesting ones. Now, I like this archway. You know, I'm a huge fan of inflatable archways. $120 is not a bad price. It's 14 feet, but I have to see how it sits. So I have a similar one that made it in my display last year. It was the Reaper head, and it had hands just like this, but it sat. So like the arms of the Reaper would come down, and then there was a ground sitting portion before the hands. So it actually made it very stable and sat very well. It was hard to blow over, and I like that. So I'd have to see that in person. It doesn't look like it does it like that. It looks like the hands just or the arms come down straight into the hand. So I'm not sure how stable that would be. All right, 10-foot giant-sized LED Reaper. Look at him. He's got a little mouse on his shoulder. Not sure why, but I guess if you're, I mean, it's kind of hard to make this guy scary anyway. It's hard to make inflatables scary in general, I guess. So if you might as well just go the opposite direction and make them ultra cutesy, right? LED Ghost Trio. I have a Ghost Trio myself that I bought a couple of years ago. I have lots of ghosts, actually. I'm going to be doing ghosts down my driveway this year. But this white color, if you leave them out in the season and there's any rain and you have leaves in your yard, the leaves will absolutely stain on them. So it's really hard to keep them clean. I think if you're not going to have them all pristine, brand new, then you just have to expect they're going to look not very ghostly. And then we've got Jack Skellington in Zero. And this, I'm a little disappointed in this pricing. Like, okay, it's 7 feet tall, so I guess this is pretty tall, right? But it's not very exciting. I mean, it's a simple, not even good facial feature jack-o'-lantern inflatable for $50. Considering their great pricing on the other things, I would have liked to see that a little bit cheaper for us. All right, and that was the media contact. So that was the Home Depot lookbook with prices. What do you guys think? Got some people, any comments, Tom, that we want to talk about before we move on? Look. All right. So, Icarus, I want inflatables that are from It's a Great Pumpkin. Don't really see those. I think the Peanuts is one of those IPs that everybody loves, so I think you're right. I'd like to see some of that too. All right. Cauldron Cindy, hello. Love the way the Plague Doctor's light change, but don't have a use for him either. Yeah, I know. That's sad. So, again, I don't know if you were here when I gave your channel a shout out, but if anyone's watching, be sure to check out Cauldron Cindy. Love her channel. All right. I'm very surprised that the 12-foot Reaper is only $300 yet. I think they intentionally lowered the price this year. They made a point to mention that in the presentation that they gave. So I think they're really competing for all of our Halloween business this year. And so we're going to have to reward them for that. And hopefully next year they'll keep up the good work. I think that Pose and Stay is just normal in terms of posability, but it's a lot more detailed. But that Ultra one has more posing options, so each one has its own benefits. I could be right, though. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right. Well, let's see. If Tom has any other last-minute comments, let me see what else. While he does that, what else I was going to talk about real quick. So, wasn't the hearse carriage supposed to be back this year? So, yes, I did show that in the page intro or the intro section. It was on the artwork where it had the group of things in the picture. But it wasn't in the literature, and I didn't get any pictures of it in all the media kit information that they sent. So I don't know what that's about, but it shows up in that one image, and I'm expecting it to be back, I guess. I mean, I've heard that it's going to be back. I don't know for sure, though. All right, worth getting the 12-foot Inferno pumpkin. So I don't know that they have that back this year. They had that 12-foot one that doesn't have the pumpkin feature. It has like the tree features. And I think it's great. I mean, I love the pumpkin guy, but of course I love all the pumpkins. That whole theme working in my display. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what all of you think. I mean, everybody loves those 12-foot skeletons. I don't have one. I think they are a little, I don't know. It just looks kind of out of place to me. I remember the first time I saw it and I was blown away. I thought it was amazing, right? But it just kind of stands out. I wish it would move or do something, which I think it does now, right? So I think there's one that has some head movement, which I'm going to say yes. I think it would probably be worth it now. Mike, will you get both the animated witches? No, I'm not going to get the one standing witch because I have a set of witches already that I'm planning to use. I don't need witch overload. So it's more about all the little detail props now at this point to really pull my scene together. I've already got a few. I've got a lunging witch. I've got the fortune teller witch that I did 2 years ago, I think, in the living room. I've got the rocking chair witch. And then I just have another one kind of like, it's like generic holding a staff. And I have a good plan for her. If you remember, in my walkthrough last year of the house, when you went into the guest bathroom, we had the headless horseman like creeping out of the closet door. And that's what I'm going to do with the witch this year. So if anyone has to go to the bathroom, they're going to see her kind of like in the shadow inside the door. Because I thought that was creepy. But kind of my concept was, especially with the diamond painting project I did last video, it's like all these witches are now old and haggard, but the decor is kind of reflecting them in their heyday. So you're expecting beautiful witches that are shown, and that's where I was going to put those diamond paintings in the hallway to the bathroom, and then like you walk in, and then there's the like old haggard witch hiding in the shadows. But we'll see. I mean, we still have a long way to Halloween, so you know me and how I like to change my plan every 5 minutes. And kind of a lot of that, it just depends on what I can find, in the stores, what comes out, which is why I love seeing all this merchandise come out so early in the season. I know a lot of people have pointed out, oh my gosh, it's too early for Halloween. No, it's not. I mean, if you're actually trying to develop a display, I need to see this stuff early so that we can decide what we need and come up with a plan. So it takes time to make this cohesive look, and we got to find all the right props. All right, Tom, anything else we want to talk about before I take a quick look back at the screen? All right, can you bring it up? All right, so just again, if you haven't seen it, this one that's the Home Depot Halloween Showcase has a lot of those props that we just saw shown in action, so check that out if you want to see more. There are a few upcoming events. I know we want to just check out what's coming up the rest of July here. We have GhoulieCon in Covington, Kentucky, Nashville HorrorCon. So I was kind of interested in that. This is this weekend. Both of these things are this weekend. So Nashville's not that far along. I haven't mentioned that to Tim yet, but there's this HorrorCon, which looks kind of cool. At the fairgrounds, they have a bunch of different panels, including, let's see, where is it? Their page moved. They're having a like the characters. I guess it's just the kids, though. I don't know, from the Hocus Pocus movies are doing it like a reunion. I thought that'd be kind of cool to see. But anyway, so there's that. We have Midsummer Scream in Long Beach, California coming up, Enchantment Con in Jacksonville, Florida, and Oklahoma City has a horror convention as well. A lot of horror stuff going on in June. So if any of those are in your area, be sure to check them out if you like and let me know how that is. All right. So I think that is pretty much it. I did promise you we were going to do a giveaway, so it's getting kind of late in this video, so let's move on and wrap that up. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some fun giveaways as we get closer to Halloween. I've got a couple of these things from the Party City event and some other things that some vendors have sent me, like some solar-powered eyeballs. I'm going to be giving away, I've got a couple of these Terrifier masks that they gave us. I know some people are excited about those, but honestly, I'm not. So he's kind of scary and cool, though, huh? Some of these things are a little bit too large to send. So, like this came, it's a little stand-up, that little groundbreaker that they have, little cardboard cutout. So that won't be part of the giveaways, but it's in my bag. Other things, you're just going to have to stay tuned. So, first thing I pull out here are these drink covers. So that's what we're going to give away today. There are 6 of them. They are Friday the 13th themed. And I'll mail you one if you can be the first one to answer some trivia questions. So I've got a couple I looked up earlier today. No cheating, no Googling. But if you're the first one to answer these relatively easy trivia questions, I will send you a Friday the 13th drink cover koozie. You know, I used to call these cozies for the longest time because like I always thought like a tea cozy, they call it a tea cozy, right, for a teapot. So I guess they're koozies, right? So anyway, first trivia question. First one to answer it will win one of these. What is the only mammal that can fly? Anybody? Anybody? I should have had some, Jeopardy music or something prepared. I don't know why Party City. Okay, Cauldron Cindy. Cauldron Cindy wins a koozie because she guessed the bat. So Cauldron Cindy. I'm gonna need to get your shipping address, but we'll talk offline for that. All right. So what else have we got? In fact, you probably need to message me. You can message me on Instagram at Happy Haunter. There should be a link in the channel descriptions, or you can email me. It's boo, B-O-O, at happyhaunting.com. All right, so who wrote Something Wicked This Way Comes? Which, by the way, I had a little sign up there because I don't really love the book, but I love the saying. And I had this up here, but it doesn't really show because it's hard in the light. Oh, I guess if I tilt it that way, you can kind of see it. Does anybody know who wrote it? All right. Can only win once, Cauldron Cindy. Once per giveaway. But no, it wasn't Poe. Anybody? I guess this one was kind of hard. Ray Bradbury, there you go. All right, so Willie Loomis wins a koozie. Willie Loomis. All right, so we got 4 more. Which Halloween candy was originally referred to as chicken feed? Chicken feed Halloween candy. All right, I should have got some candy. I'm just going to take a sip of beverage here. Candy corn, that's correct, Janelle J. All right. Janelle J. All right. What actress played Laurie Strode in Halloween? Anybody? Anybody? So that's our 4th trivia question. This one is easy. All right. I know. Can't type fast enough. I know, that's a problem. I do see the answer popped up. I was waiting for Tom to pop up on the screen there. So Zazu Pits, you got it. Zazu Pits. All right, we've got 2 more to go. Who wrote the phrase, double, double, toil and trouble? And can you actually spell it correctly? Who wrote double, double, toil and trouble? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, so Willie Loomis, yes, but you can only win once. Oh, so I shouldn't have said yes. We shouldn't have popped that answer up. So I was going to have a follow-up too. So did anyone else write the answer? Anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, L. Kroll got the answer. All right. No? No? Oh, someone else got it first. Oh, I'm sorry, L. Kroll. No, can't win that one then. Who else? Who else got it? Well, my screen shows L. Kroll. Tum is
No.
producer Tum.
Mrs. CB.
Mrs. CB. Okay, Mrs. CB. All right. So, Mrs. CB. I think El Krill will forgive me. All right. So the final question. So we know Double Double, Toil and Trouble was written by Shakespeare. For which play? For which play? Anybody? All right. Last one. For which play? No, it wasn't Hamlet. It was Macbeth. Oh, dang it. You can only get one. All right. So, all right. Yeah. We're so bad at these live things. All right. So it was Macbeth, but Zazupit's already got one as well. So let's come up with a. It wasn't. Oh, all right. Finding Magic. All right, you win. So Finding Magic. So again, if you all who won one of those want to reach out to me, again, either Instagram at Happy Haunter or my email address, or leave me a message somehow as where I can reach you in the comments below, we'll do so. And then we're going to be doing, like I said, several more giveaways of much more fun stuff as we get closer to Halloween, especially during these live videos. Gives a reason, because I want to thank the few people that showed up today, especially with the no notice on the video. So I appreciate that. Appreciate all of you taking the time out of your email. Again, my email is taking time out of your day. Sorry, I was reading the screen. My email is boo, at happyhaunting.com. Don't spam me. So I got to come up with a different way to get you guys to send me these things. So anyway, I guess that's going to do it for today. I want to thank you all again for joining us. It was a lot of fun. Loved the Home Depot. Be sure to check out the other video to see all those animatronics in action. Thanks to producer Tom for helping us through all our technical difficulties today. And I guess that's going to do it. So thanks a lot, everyone. Until next time, take care and happy haunting.